It's currently 3 a.m. in the morning, and I mean, who needs sleep when you have One Piece chapter 777? So we have the holy number, chapter 777. I just want to take a moment to say, Oda, congratulations for making it this far with One Piece. So, this chapter of One Piece, quite early. Like, usually One Piece takes, like, till 3 or 4 hours from now until it's actually translated, and it's already out. So, quite shocking. Like, I didn't expect to see One Piece already out, like, at 3 a.m. in the morning. Like, I was about to head to bed. Like, no joke, I was turning off my lights, I went downstairs, and all that type of stuff, just, you know, getting a glass of water, getting ready to go to bed, come upstairs to shut off the computer, and I see the chapter of One Piece is out, and I'm like, oh, well, let's get this out of the way. So, anyways, this chapter of One Piece, pretty simple. I mean, there's a little bit of setups here and there, but it's a very simple chapter of One Piece. I'm just going to do a quick overview, and then I will dive into it. So the quick overview of this chapter, it's Zoro, you know, chasing after Pica. That's pretty much what happens in this chapter. Like, Pica starts attacking the weak. He declares that he wants to take out the king and kill him, and then Zoro has to chase after Pica, and that's the chapter. So, very simple, just straight up very simple chapter. So let's actually get into some of these details. So at first I didn't notice it when I was actually reading the chapter. Like when I first read, I read it like 2 times just to make sure I got everything I could get from the chapter. But when I first read for the chapter, I didn't realize it. But right at the beginning, when you see, you know, Diamante fall back and he hits that little like pole stump thing, that's actually the grave. That's, you know, the wife of Kyrtos, Rebecca's mother's grave. And so, to see that, it was like Rebecca's mother did the finishing blow to Diamante. Because, you know, Diamante killed her and all that. I mean, it's pretty much she did the finishing blow to Diamante when he collapsed and fell over. So that was very symbolic. You gotta love that little scene when it came to this chapter. And also, there was showing Robin. Like, Robin was hurt. So the attack from Diamante, when he had like those spike things come out of the sky, it hit Robin, as we see in the chapter. Like a panel, we see her back is like shredded up and all that. So that's not good. Like, Robin most likely is out of the remainder of this arc. She might be, because she's really damaged. Unless, you know, you have the princess, you know, Manchare, whatever, heal Robin. That's the only way she's going to be fine. But regardless of that, Robin is done unless she gets healed. So that's pretty much what Oda was doing with Robin. Now, other little details of the chapter, you have it to where Kyrtos is just, you know, having a little bit of a flashback at the beginning of the chapter, which is a setup for, you know, Diamante hitting his head against the pole and being knocked out. So the flashback correlates with what happened to Diamante when he, you know, collapsed. And then moves on to the next part of this chapter. You get to see how Pica starts picking on the weak. Like, all the weak people have been injured, hurt through the course of this arc. Pretty much Pica starts, you know, coming through the stone and all that, wrecking everybody, hurting everybody, and Zoro's, you know, screaming. I'm like, why are you attacking the weak? And so it just shows you slightly how Pica's personality is. Like, he straight up was ignoring Zoro. Like, he didn't give a shit about Zoro. He's just, you know, walking along, didn't care, and, you know, he goes after the king, because he's like, I'm done. That's pretty much what Pica does. He's like, I'm done, I'm going after the king. And walks away. And you gotta love the little inner monologue of Zoro at the end of the chapter. Like, he was thinking of different plans. He's like, okay, so I can get on the Denden Mushi. I can try to contact. No, I won't make it in time. You know, I can sprint over there and make it all in time. Just, you know, he was coming up with these different plans. And eventually it led to Plan E. And like he says, he was gonna slice him up. And so, we didn't really have any action, so to say, in this chapter, but not every chapter of One Piece needs to be action. This was clearly a setup chapter for Pica and Zoro's final fight. But I'm curious about something. We really haven't seen Zoro versus Pica, like a very good, you know, chapter solely focused on them in quite a while, and I'm quite worried. I'm just quite worried that Pica is going to get one-shotted. Like, last chapter, yes, I know that a lot of you did not like last chapter. I personally liked it from certain sentimental values from it when it came to Kyrtos, but I understand the issues with the last chapter, especially with how Diamante got bitch slapped in one hit. And I'm kind of worried that Pica might be done the same, because he's one of the top executives that was even stated in this chapter, so I hope he doesn't get wrecked by Zoro in just one hit. in next chapter, because if Zoro's going in, he's going to try to slice him up to save the king. Pica most likely might get one shot, so I just hope that doesn't happen. But yeah, tell me your thoughts in the comments below. How do you feel about this chapter of One Piece? It's out early. What was your favorite moments of this chapter? You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.